Extrinsic and intrinsic motivators. How a sales force stays motivated. A recent Gallup daily tracking poll said this: 32.5% of the people are engaged in their job. And it's also said that 51.9% are not engaged and 15.7% are actively disengaged. This is a serious problem because engaged employees drive the innovation growth and revenue that their companies need. These numbers address a sober reality for leaders and managers in any industry. The reality is their most important assets are not thriving in their workplace. In the industry of sales, and more specifically enrollment sales, a motivated staff is very relevant. A recent Forbes article lists these sales representatives' challenges: having enough leads, assessing a decision maker, staying motivated, managing a calendar of events, and lack of product knowledge. Under the topic of motivational theory and managing, inside sales, like many types of salespeople, face a number of rejections. There are days when the inside salesperson can spend the whole day making between 50 to 100 dials and not speak with anyone. Or the only person they do speak with hangs up on them. This can lead to a lot of despair, hopelessness, anxiety, and it really affects their motivation. Well, in light of these challenges described, applying intrinsic and extrinsic motivation toward mastery orientation, this research paper will explore the question: how do employers and managers maintain a motivated workforce? More specifically, what keeps an employee motivated? Is it money, fear of failure, or is it something else? Employee motivation can be broken into two categories: extrinsic and intrinsic. Extrinsic is our values related to the outcome of the work. Things like financial gain, free time, job security, and benefits. Intrinsic motivators are things such as challenging work, having autonomy, helping others, and being creative. Sinek describes the intrinsic motivator as the why. Why is the purpose or cause or belief that has nothing to do with the what. Why you do what you do is the most important motivating factor. In order for motivation to stay high, employees need something greater than money or fear or losing their job. Employees and employers need to be aware of intrinsic motivators. Furthermore, the Christian recognizes that his ultimate motivation comes from and is for God. This is captured in Colossians 3:17, which exhorts the believer, "And whatever you do in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him." The thesis for this research proposal is that according to motivational theory, sales employees need both intrinsic and extrinsic motivators. However, intrinsic motivators will make for a more productive employee. This research proposal will contain a literature review. The literature review will look at recent articles, books, and motivation theory and managing in the workplace. The topics covered are things managers can do practically and perspectives all employees need to cultivate. The methodology for this study will come from various research traditions, including meta-analysis, qualitative case studies to inform personal observation, and it will all be part of the narrative research methodology. The narrative research methodology will address the ETIC, which is deductive analysis, using metadata and case studies. It will also address the EMIC, which will be derived from the researcher's own personal, subjective, and implicit experience. In conclusion, this proposal seeks to uncover what motivates employees, especially in enrollment sales, to higher performance and more satisfaction. It's this proposal's contention that even though both extrinsic and intrinsic motivators are necessary, in the long run and for greater results, employees need to be engaging with intrinsic motivators. Though there has been a great deal of research in this area, more needs to be done, especially as it relates to incentives and intrinsic motivators.